My mom always said I destroyed our family. I finally told her she destroyed it all by herself. I was 19 and driving my little sister Lily home from her dance recital when a truck ran a red light and slammed into the passenger side. The impact was so loud I couldn't hear anything else for days. The crash left Lily paralyzed from the waist down. I woke up in the hospital with a concussion and bruises. My dad was sitting next to my bed, and when I asked about Lily, he started crying. My mom wouldn't come into my room. The police report said the other driver was drunk and ran the light. It said I had a green light and couldn't have done anything differently. It didn't matter. When I got released from the hospital, my mom looked at me like I was a stranger. She said, "You were driving. You were supposed to protect her." I said it wasn't my fault, and she said, "You're the reason my baby will never walk again." She moved all my stuff into the garage that week and told me I wasn't allowed in Lily's room. For the next year, I lived in that house like a ghost. My mom would make breakfast for everyone and leave me nothing. On Lily's 16th birthday, my mom threw her a huge party and told me I wasn't invited. I tried everything. I wrote my mom letters apologizing even though I had nothing to apologize for. She threw them away without reading them. I bought her flowers on Mother's Day, and she gave them to a neighbor. I showed up to family dinners, and she'd get up and leave the room. When I graduated high school, no one from my family came. I moved out the next week. I kept trying. I called every Sunday, and my mom would hang up the second she heard my voice. I sent Christmas presents, and they got returned. I showed up to Lily's high school graduation, and my mom told security I was harassing them. I went to college and then medical school. I thought maybe if I saved other people's lives, my mom would see that I wasn't a monster. I sent her my med school graduation announcement. She didn't come. I got married and invited my whole family. My dad came alone and said my mom refused. He told me to give her time. It had been 8 years. I had a daughter and sent birth announcements. My mom never acknowledged it. My daughter turned 5 and had never met her grandmother. I tried one last time. I showed up at my parents' house on Christmas with my daughter. My mom opened the door, looked at us and said, "You have some nerve bringing a child here when you're the reason I lost mine." Then she slammed the door in our faces. I stopped trying after that. Last month, my dad called and said, "Lily died. I couldn't breathe." He said, "It was a complication from her condition. She got pneumonia and her body couldn't fight it." I was sobbing and he was crying too. He said, "The funeral is Saturday." I said, "Can I come?" He was quiet for a long time and then said, "Your mother says no." I hung up and screamed into a pillow for an hour. My little sister was dead and I wasn't allowed to say goodbye. I drove to the funeral anyway. I sat in my car across the street and watched them carry her casket out. My mom was hysterical and my dad was holding her up. I wanted to run over there and hold my mom and cry together, but I knew she'd push me away. I went to the cemetery after everyone left and stood at Lily's grave. I told her I was sorry. Sorry I couldn't protect her. Sorry I wasn't allowed to be her sister for the last 20 years. Sorry she died thinking I didn't love her. 2 weeks later, my dad called again. He said, "Your mother wants to see you." I said, "Why now?" He said, "She needs you. We both do. Lily was everything to us and now she's gone and we don't have anyone." I felt something snap inside me. I said, "You had me. You always had me. I tried for 20 years and you shut me out." He said, "Please, we're your parents. We need our daughter." I drove to their house. My mom looked like she'd aged 10 years in 2 weeks. She reached for me and said, "I'm so sorry. I was wrong about everything. I blamed you and I shouldn't have. Please come back. Be our daughter again. We can't lose you too." I stood there looking at this woman who'd spent 20 years telling me I destroyed her life. I said, "You kept me from my sister for 20 years. I'll never get that back. She died thinking I abandoned her. Do you understand that?" My mom was sobbing and said, "I know. I'm sorry. Please." I said, "I had a daughter 5 years ago. Your granddaughter. You slammed a door in her face on Christmas." My dad said, "We want to meet her. We want to be a family again." I said, "You don't get to decide that now. You had 20 years to be my family. You spent all of it punishing me for something that wasn't my fault. And now Lily's gone and you're alone and suddenly I'm good enough." My mom said, "Please don't leave us." I said, "You left me first." Then I walked out.